Every year, thousands of young dreamers arrive in Los Angeles believing the same thing: this city will change my life. Some find success, some go home disappointed, and some never get the chance to choose either. This is the story of Juliana Redding, a 21-year-old aspiring actress whose dream of a new life in California ended in a mystery that still haunts her family today. A case filled with obsession, betrayal, and a justice system that many believe failed her completely. Let's dive in. Juliana grew up in Tucson, Arizona, surrounded by a loving family. Friends described her as warm, ambitious, and full of life. After high school, she made the bold decision to move to Santa Monica in 2005. She wanted to model, maybe act, and one day open her own boutique. Like so many others, she believed Los Angeles was the place where anything was possible. By 2008, Juliana was studying at Santa Monica College, living in a small bungalow near the beach. She worked as a waitress to support herself, called her parents almost every day, and seemed genuinely happy. Then, on March 16th, everything changed. That evening, Juliana's mother Patricia realized she hadn't heard from her daughter all day. Neighbors called, saying Juliana's dog was inside the house, but Juliana was nowhere to be seen. Patricia's calls went unanswered. Texts weren't returned. A terrible feeling set in. By 6 p.m., she contacted the police and asked for a welfare check. Officers arrived at the bungalow. Juliana's car was still in the driveway, so she should have been home. But inside, something was horribly wrong. A strong smell of gas filled the air. A candle was burning near the entrance. The stove had been left on intentionally, unlit, turning the home into a potential bomb. And then they found her. Juliana was in the bedroom, already gone. Investigators immediately saw signs of a violent struggle. Furniture was overturned, DNA was found under her fingernails, proof she had fought desperately for her life. Someone had strangled her. Even more chilling, the killer had tried to destroy everything. The gas and candle were meant to trigger an explosion and erase all evidence. Only by sheer luck did the bungalow not detonate. Phone records later revealed something heartbreaking. Juliana had tried to dial 911. The call never connected. Detectives began digging into her life. One name quickly surfaced: John Gilmore, Juliana's on-and-off boyfriend. Their relationship had been toxic. He had a temper, had damaged her car before, even broken into her home during arguments. At first, he looked like the obvious suspect. But surveillance footage placed him at a restaurant and convenience store during the time of the murder. Multiple witnesses confirmed his alibi. Then forensic results delivered a shocking twist. Most of the DNA at the scene belonged to a woman. Investigators turned their focus to Juliana's circle. Was there jealousy, a secret rivalry, a love triangle? They tested dozens of people, no matches, until another name emerged: Dr. Munir Uwaida. Juliana had met Munir while working at a restaurant. He was wealthy, charismatic, and much older. He offered her a job as his medical assistant, invited her to live in his Beverly Hills home, showered her with gifts, even proposed marriage. At first, it seemed like a fairy tale. Then, it turned dark. Juliana began feeling uneasy. Munir was possessive, intense, obsessed. And then her father uncovered the truth. Munir was already married with 3 children in Lebanon. Juliana ended things immediately and moved into the Santa Monica bungalow. But Munir didn't disappear from her life. He was also in business with Juliana's father, until that deal collapsed just 1 week before her death. The timing was terrifying, yet Munir's DNA wasn't at the scene, and by the time police wanted to question him, he had fled the country. Investigators then focused on a woman close to Munir, Kelly Sue Park, a 47-year-old business associate who had received over $1 million from him. She had a reputation for intimidating people on his behalf. Police secretly collected her DNA from a discarded cigarette. It was a match. Her DNA was on Juliana's throat, her phone, the front door, even a drop of her blood in the kitchen sink. Park was arrested and charged with murder. Prosecutors believe Munir had paid her to scare Juliana, possibly to pressure her father over the failed business deal, and that things spiraled out of control when Juliana fought back. But the trial became a nightmare. The defense argued the DNA could have been transferred indirectly, that Park might never have been there at all. With no eyewitnesses and Munir safely overseas, the prosecution couldn't prove motive beyond doubt. In 2013, after years of delays, the jury delivered a verdict:
Not guilty.
Juliana's family was devastated. They screamed in the courtroom as Park walked free. Munir has never been questioned. Lebanon has no extradition treaty with the US, and he remains beyond reach. Years later, both Munir and Park were linked to massive medical fraud in Germany, but even that case collapsed. No one has ever been held responsible for Juliana's death. Today, her mother Patricia spends time painting in Juliana's old room, trying to stay connected to the daughter she lost. The family says they feel stuck in 2008, unable to move forward while two people they believe are guilty continue living freely. Juliana came to Los Angeles chasing a dream. Like so many do, she trusted the wrong people, and the system that was supposed to protect her never delivered justice. Some call this an unsolved case, but to her family, the truth has always been clear, and that's what makes this story so painful. If this case stayed with you, make sure to like the video and subscribe. We cover true crime stories every night. Until next time, stay alert, stay safe.